tumultuous relationship find themselves back on the battleground over an unpaid loan.
It was a rocky relationship, a lot of cheating and going on. We would separate, he'll find Christ, we'll get back together.
So he would cheat, go to church, come back, cheat again, but then go back to church, and it was a cycle.
Do I become more devoted? Yes, but it's not because of cheating. God will work the situation out.
God will work it out? What did God say about you going to the house, throwing her barbecue grill over the fence?
Faith Jenkins. Her distinguished legal career began when she graduated first in her law school class. She quickly became a tough New York City prosecutor, and then a preeminent legal analyst on cable news. And now she's the judge in her own courtroom. Her cases are real, and her rulings are final. She is Judge Faith. Plaintiff Shatana Nevels says she loaned her ex-husband money to fix his truck. But after her new boyfriend moved in, her ex refused to pay. She's suing for the balance on a personal loan and a headset. Defendant Jermond Nevels says he doesn't know because he paid off the loan and wanted to make his marriage last. But Shatana wasn't on the same page.
All rise. Court is in session. The Honorable Judge Faith Jenkins presiding. Please be seated. Your Honor, the litigants have been sworn in. This is the case of Nevels versus Nevels.
Thank you, Juan. Shatana Nevels?
Yes.
You are suing the defendant, Jermond Nevels,
Yes.
for $1,740 you say he owes you for a personal loan and a headset you say
Yes.
he destroyed?
Yes.
Okay, and I understand that Mr. Nevels is your ex-husband.
Yes.
When did the two of you get divorced?
December 2013.
Okay, so why don't you just start from the beginning and tell me why you brought this lawsuit against him?
It was from a payment for a personal loan that I got for him to fix on a Tahoe truck that I previously got a loan for him.
You say a taco truck?
A Tahoe. It was for a Tahoe.
Oh, a Tahoe.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry. It was for.
Listen, I thought he had a food truck.
Sorry. Yes,
So
it was for.
legitimate question. Okay.
Yes, it was for. It was for a Tahoe. I had got him a loan to get a truck. He paid the loan off, but the truck needed some work after he hadn't had it for a while. So he said he needed a transmission and some other work done on the truck. But because his credit is bad, so because I was his wife and everything, so I got the loan for him to fix on the Tahoe.
Do the two of you have kids together?
We have two boys,
How old are they?
15 and 13.
How long were the two of you married?
10 years.
I'm just trying to get some background on the two of you. Tell me about how your relationship was before you got divorced.
It was a rocky relationship, up and down, a lot of cheating and going on. So back and forth, we would separate, he'll find Christ, we'll get back together. He would start going to church and everything will be fine. We'll get back together, things work out for a couple of months and then it'll be the same cycle all over again.
So he would cheat, go to church, come back, cheat again, but then go back to church, and it was a cycle.
Yes.
What do you have to say about that, sir?
It's not a cycle.
Did you cheat?
I have cheated on her, yes.
And would you go to church and then go back to her and say, I'm a changed man?
Before I, came to Christ, I was doing basically my own thing.
Okay, but
So,
after that, which was
After
when?
that, I moved in with her in 2006.
Okay, you said that's when you changed for the better.
Yes.
Okay, good
But
for you.
it seemed as if it never got recognized.
Okay, you said it wasn't recognized. So
It was always because like I say, 3 months after we got married, I was trying to get annulment, but I couldn't get annulment because we was in Florida.
why 3 months after?
Because like I say, the night we got married, like I said, he was passed out drunk and one of his girlfriends called the phone playing on the phone, and then it was like, she was like, oh, they were just playing.
You had 2 kids with him already?
Yes.
And this was on your wedding night?
Yes. So it has been since the beginning of the relationship. It's always been some other female. It's always been, but like
Well,
I
he said it was in 2006 when he changed. So he admits he made those mistakes prior to that.
2006. No. Okay.
So he said in 2006 he changed, but why are we here today? I mean, what has been, so you got divorced in 2013.
Yes.
Have the two of you been able to remain friends and co-parent? Who do the kids live with?
The kids live with me.
Does he pay child support?
He stopped paying.
When?
He stopped paying in August when he realized that I was being serious with I have a boyfriend.
Is that true?
No, it's not correct.
Did you stop paying child support in August?
No, I have not.
You're still paying child support?
Yes, I
Why does
am.
she say you've stopped?
Because she hasn't received it yet.
Okay, why is that? Why is that?
The reason she hasn't received it because she went down to the child support people and told them she wants to receive it directly from my check.
Okay.
So that's what is going on.
So you're saying it's in limbo right now?
Yes.
Okay, so tell me about, you're suing for two things. A loan and a Bluetooth headset you say he damaged and destroyed.
Yes.
Okay, tell me about the personal loan first. When was that made and what was the agreement?
The $3,500 was for work on the Tahoe.
Did you take out a loan or did you have
Yes.
money?
No, I didn't have the money, so I took out the loan for him because his credit is bad.
Has he paid any of the, and I'll hear your side of this, but has he paid any of the $3,500 back
Yes,
to you?
he was making all the payments until he found out that I had a boyfriend. And then when he found out I had a boyfriend, he stopped making the payment. He said, tell your boyfriend to make the payments.
Did you say that?
That's not true.
Did you say that?
I asked her for the proof of the payment. I asked her to get the statement from the bank.
But how do you not know how much you owe if you've been making payments? Aren't you keeping track of that?
Yes.
So what's the problem? Why stop making payments altogether?
Because I believe that the loan is paid off, Your Honor.
Coming up, were the exes really over?
He looks at my boyfriend, he tells him, I'm here to get my family back. I'm just letting you know. And he looks at him and tells him that.
Oh, you left that part out.
She told me that he was just a friend.
No, because I asked you about 5 minutes ago if you had any problem with the new boyfriend. You like, no big deal.
Plaintiff Shatana Nevels says Jermond damaged her property and is refusing to pay back a loan. She's suing for the balance on a personal loan and a headset. Defendant Jermond Nevels says he doesn't owe because he paid off the loan and doesn't know anything about the damaged property.
May I see your paperwork for the loan, the outstanding balance? So, but you say you've never missed a month and you've made these payments. Why couldn't
Correct.
you just add it up?
I didn't try.
She told you that you still owed on the loan, right?
And she told me I owed 17 payments also. I could do a little math and I know that that's not correct.
So this is not about the boyfriend because all of a sudden you just stopped making payments and this is not about the boyfriend?
No, it's not.
You didn't tell her? What do you think about her boyfriend?
I don't think anything of him.
You don't dislike him?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
And have you told her that?
Yes.
Okay, so you don't like him.
Yes.
You do think something about him. You don't like him. Why don't you like him?
Because he called me on the phone and voiced his opinion about my parental, how I parent my children.
Okay.
And that's a no.
What did he say to you?
I don't know his exact words, but something of I need to be worried about the kids and not her. And
So he thinks that you still like her.
Yes.
So that's not about parenting. That's about your relationship with her.
Correct.
Okay, let's just be clear about that.
No.
So you're still interested in her?
No.
Mother's Day, I was at home. I was sitting at home. And Mr. Nevels pulled up in my yard. Okay, my boyfriend's car was in the yard. Mr. Nevels came across my neighbor's yard in the car.
Across the yard?
Yes, he drove across the yard. He comes in, he has roses and stuff in his hand. My boyfriend is sitting there. He looks at my boyfriend, he tells him, I'm here to get my family back. I'm just letting you know. And he looks at him and tells him that. I'm like, okay, what else? So I didn't say anything.
Oh, you left that part out.
I can elaborate on that part.
You showed
and it's
up
a little
with
different from what
roses
she
on
said.
Mother's Day, driving across people's lawns.
With her permission.
Saying, I'm here to get my family back, and you tell me you're not still interested in her?
With her permission.
With her permission, you did
I told
what?
her I had something for her for Mother's Day. Okay, so I brought the flowers down to her house. I did not drive across her neighbor's yard.
Sir, you told her you had something for her.
Right.
She didn't know it was going to be a proposal.
No, it wasn't a proposal.
Her boyfriend is there. Do you think it's appropriate for you to walk up and say, I'm here to get my family back?
She told me that he was just a friend.
No, because I asked you about 5 minutes ago if you had any problem with the new boyfriend. You like, no
I don't
big
know
deal.
him. I still don't know him.
Can you accept the fact that she's moved on, sir?
Yes, I can.
Okay, when? Today, right now?
I've already accepted it. I don't even contact her.
Okay, so you submitted to me proof that you say he still has this remaining balance on the loan, and you say it's 12 payments, correct?
He made a total of 2,109 payments. And then with interest and everything, the 17 remaining payments is $1,897. That's what's remaining.
So according to your paperwork, he's made $2,109 in payments. Did you bring your proof today of how much you've paid?
No, I didn't.
You just going to defer to her evidence?
No, she didn't give me the entirety of the loan.
Okay.
She gave, out of the $3,500, she transferred me $2,800.
Oh, $2,800, is that true?
I transferred him $2,800.
Okay.
And then he got a battery from Dell for his laptop. He also went to Walmart and bought a flat screen TV.
But what does that have to do with the $2,800?
All up equals up to the $3,500. But if you look at the loan, the totals on there.
Okay, so you really only have proof that you gave him $2,800 in terms of the loan payments. Tell me about the Bluetooth. What day do you say he destroyed your Bluetooth?
Let me see, the text message I received on July 21st.
So this is after Mother's Day. We're in July now. What
Yes.
happened in July?
Okay, I went out of town to my friend's wedding in Alabama.
Where were the kids?
They was at home. I asked him, I said, would you keep the kids? And he said, no. He said, I will not. I'm not coming around there. Because he said, I'm not giving the devil any playroom. That's what he said. I'm not allowing you and him to be together, basically like that by yourselves.
Why is that giving the devil playroom?
I was instructed not to go around there, to do anything, to take my hands off of this situation,
But that
and let
doesn't
God
include
deal with it.
spending time with your kids.
Is that for spending time with my kids, or for she can do what she wants to do?
Well, she wanted to go out of town for a wedding for a weekend. She asked you to watch the kids.
I mean, okay, that's not my obligation to keep the kids when
Well, no,
she wants me to
it's not your
keep them.
obligation. I wouldn't consider having your kids for the weekend an obligation. I would consider that to be another opportunity for you to spend time with
to
them.
her.
You didn't want to watch the kids because she was going with her new boyfriend to a wedding. Okay, so what happens?
Okay, so he told me no. So I asked my mom and my cousin. They said they would stop by there and get them. So I was going about 45 minutes. We had made it to the interstate.
The kids are there?
They're at the
by
house.
themselves? And how old are they?
15 and 13.
Okay.
So about 45 minutes, I receive a call from my youngest son, and he said, Dad is here. Dad is here to get us. He didn't know that Justin had called me. My youngest son had called me. So I said, well, just go. Don't cause no commotion. If he come to get your car, go ahead and go. Well, in the meantime of him getting there, he goes into the house. He takes all the phones off the hooks. He breaks my boyfriend's. He has a book bag full of stuff in there. He breaks the stuff up, dumps the stuff in it.
Not Mr. Nevels.
And he dumps the bag in the trash can. So about midnight that night, I receive a text message saying, call me, it's an emergency, it's about the kids. I responded back
From
and
who,
I said,
him?
That's not true.
So you, at this point, he's taking the kids without telling you, and no one knows where they are?
Correct. And he told my son, he said, well, she needs to worry. That was his exact. So if my son wouldn't have called me, I'd have been trying to rush back up here to try to see what it's at. So when I finally spoke to him, well, like I said, I received a text message later on talking about, he was saying that he was sorry, but I didn't know what he was talking about.
Okay, so what was he sorry about besides that?
When I got back home, that's when I found the headset and everything in the trash can he broke up. And my boyfriend showed my youngest son how to cook on the grill. So my oldest son said something to his dad about it. Mr. Nevels came down, broke the grill, and threw it over the fence. So I guess he was apologized, he said, for his childish behavior.
Did you do all of that?
No, ma'am.
So what did you do? What happened, sir? You went to the house, why?
To get the kids, because she left them home alone by themselves.
They're 15 and 13 years old, and her
to go
mother's
out of
coming
town
over.
with. I don't think that's.
But
appropriate.
she's saying that she's called the mom is coming over. So why are you playing games?
Coming up on Judge Faith, text messages reveal the rest of the relationship story.
Messages between you and her boyfriend. He writes to you, why don't you grow up? You say, I promise. He replies, you promised to what? Kill me like you said when you called me this morning? I thought you said you changed in 2006.
Plaintiff Shatana Nevels says her ex-husband is refusing to pay back the money she loaned him to fix his truck. She's suing for the balance on a personal loan and a headset. Defendant Jermont Nevels says he doesn't owe because he paid his ex-wife back, and she's just trying to get over on him.
Why tell her, no, I'm not going to watch them, but then just pop up 45 minutes later?
Because they called me and told me that they were home alone.
Okay, so you show up, and what do you do in the house? Do you destroy any property?
No, ma'am.
You didn't do anything? You didn't break anything? You didn't touch anything?
No, ma'am.
Nothing? You don't know what she's talking about with the headset?
No, ma'am.
May I see the text messages, please? So you didn't text her apologizing?
About my behavior, yes.
What behavior?
because I was calling back and forth the things that I was talking about.
I apologize for being a child, but I don't know how to handle this. I'm wrong.
Correct.
She replies, now I see what your apology was for. You were so childish. You waited until I left to come get the kids and to make me think something had happened to them. So very childish. I guess God told you to do that too. By the way, you owe me $150 for the Bluetooth headset that you broke. You respond, tell him to collect the $150. You right, I can't deal with you moving on. So I told you I won't be contacting you.
Right. I didn't say anything about me destroying anything.
But you certainly don't say, what are you talking about? I have no clue. What are you talking about? Destroy what? What do you mean the Bluetooth? You tell her that you're going to pay her $800 in back support and $1,800 on the loan. $1,800 on the loan, sir. And you say he will work this out. Who is he?
God will work this situation
God will work it out? What did God say about you going to the house, throwing her barbecue grill over the fence?
He didn't say anything.
What did he say about you breaking the Bluetooth?
That's not true.
What would Jesus do?
He wouldn't do that. That's not true.
Oh, messages between you and her boyfriend. He writes to you, why don't you grow up? If it's all about the kids, she told you you can come and get them. You say, I promise. He replies, you promise to what? Kill me like you said when you called me this morning? I don't care. You told Shatana I'm still coming for you. This is war. I thought you said you changed in 2006.
I did.
Listen, if you called, threatened to kill him, that's your...
I did not threaten to kill him.
Okay, but let's talk about what's going on between the two of you and the disrespect I'm witnessing between the two of you. What has she done to you to deserve this? She hasn't done anything to you to deserve this. I believe what was written in these messages. And you told me in your statement, you have no idea what she's talking about with the Bluetooth. When she mentioned it to you in the text, you said, tell your boyfriend to come get the money. Stop playing games with words.
Coming up, Judge Faith rules. And now, Judge Faith rules.
You admit you made some mistakes, things didn't work out between the two of you, but at some point, you gotta move on. It's about the kids, it's not about her anymore.
I have moved on.
You haven't, because if you did, you wouldn't be going into her house, destroying her boyfriend's property.
At that point I didn't. I wasn't moved on.
Oh, so you did it. Now you, so great.
No, you said when I went to get my kids.
I now have an admission from you.
No,
at that point, you had not moved on.
When I went to get my kids, no,
Yeah.
I had not moved on.
You can't do this with two teenage kids, 13 and 15 years old. You're setting a horrible example for those kids. Because you gotta do better. At this point, you gotta put your big boy pants on, be a man, and realize I have to set an example for my two young kids. You know how hard it is to grow up two black children you're raising, and you wanna teach them to break into somebody's house and destroy their property? Is that what you wanna teach them?
I never broke into anyone's house.
Because the system will have no problems putting them in jail for doing that.
I know that.
None whatsoever. I've seen denial. And I've seen you stand before me and not tell me the truth about anything. The first question I asked you, the easiest question was, do you have a problem with him? And you told me no. You had no problems with him whatsoever. And there's been conflict between you, her, and him for months. Judgment in this case is for the plaintiff, $1,740. Good luck.
I would like to say to Jamon, I wish you well, and I pray that you get your life together and know that you have two teenage boys that meet their father in their life.
No, I didn't know she was moving on with another guy, but I'm at peace with it.
Today on Judge Faith, a mother brings her daughter to court when their complicated relationship leads to a $7,000 credit card bill.
She's been very secretive and seemingly a little competitive. By competitive, Your Honor, I mean, like if I go and buy something new, then she might come out the next week or so with something.
I don't understand where she's coming up with I'm competitive. I mean, a mother is supposed to be someone you're supposed to look up to. So why would I be in competition with my mother?
This relationship is the elephant in the room.
And later, a private detective claims his client is trying to skip out on paying for his services. And now he's had enough.
He promised over 6 months to pay what he owed, but he did not. I pleaded with him.
There was services that Mr. Tuttle performed that was not sent to us.
When you're sued and you have to come to court, there's a lot of time to think about what your defense is going to be. I want to know what you were saying right then and there when he said, you owe me this money.
Faith Jenkins. Her distinguished legal career began when she graduated first in her law school class. She quickly became a tough New York City prosecutor, and then a preeminent legal analyst on cable news. And now she's the judge in her own courtroom. Her cases are real, and her rulings are final. She is Judge Faith. Plaintiff Bobby Floyd says her daughter is using her, and she's tired of it. She's suing for money owed for multiple loans and purchases. The defendant, Ms. Womack, says she doesn't owe any money because the items her mother purchased were all gifts.
All rise. Court is in session. The Honorable Judge Faith Jenkins presiding. Please be seated. Your Honor, the litigants have been sworn in. This is the case of Floyd versus Womack.
Thank you, Juan. Bobby Floyd.
Yes, Your Honor.
You were suing the defendant, you've asked to be referred to only by your last name, Ms. Womack,
Yes, Your Honor.
for $7,375.
Yes, Your Honor.
For multiple loans and purchases, which include over $2,800 in furniture, delivery charges, cookware and kitchen appliances, bed linens and towels, household cleaning supplies, a concert ticket for Janet Jackson,
Yes, Your Honor.
a concert ticket for Fantasia. Is she still doing shows? Fantasia?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, all right. And over $3,200 for a washer and dryer. That's a lot of money to pay for a washer and dryer. Does it make clothes and wash them?
No, Your Honor, they're just top of the line.
$3,200 for a washer and dryer?
Yes, I have the receipt, Your Honor.
Tell me about your case. Why are you suing for over $7,000 and for all these items?
My daughter, she's 37.
I am 36.
37, and I am here today because she's very determined and she has accomplished a lot of things in life. She has two beautiful daughters two beautiful children that are high achievers.
Okay.
And so I'm very proud of my family. But what has started to transpire is that she's been very secretive and seemingly a little competitive. So by competitive, Your Honor, I mean, like if I go and buy something new, then she might come out the next week or so with something.
That's not true.
And so when she was little, she used to always say, I don't want to be a nurse. I don't want to be a nurse, which is what I am. But she has just completed her RN program last year and become an RN.
Well, but you say that's being competitive because she decided to follow in your footsteps and become a registered nurse, which is a big accomplishment. It's a
wonderful
going to school
accomplishment.
For a long time.
And I want her to go get her master's and everything else too. But on the other hand, I want her to be focused.
Why don't you give me some background, Miss Womack, because you're anxious to get in here. Tell me what's going on with you. Give me some background on the relationship with your mother.
Well, the background is that I don't understand where she's coming up with I'm competitive or in competition. I mean, a mother is supposed to be someone you're supposed to look up to. Mm-hmm. So why would I be in competition with my mother? Mm-hmm. I'm supposed to look up to her and, feel that there's somebody I should follow in their footsteps.
Are you working as a nurse now?
I do. Yes,
okay,
Your
well,
Honor.
good for you. So you're established. You work in Georgia?
Yes, Your Honor.
You're established. You have a job, a career. But you say that you've spent over $7,000 purchasing items on the defendant's behalf, and there was an agreement that she would pay you for these items.
Yes, Your Honor. She moved to Atlanta in June. Her idea was to go to Atlanta and come back to Birmingham back and forth every weekend to work and be off during the week. So that was her job. So for my birthday, Your Honor, it was in May. For my birthday, she said, Fantasia's coming to town, so let's get tickets. I want to take you to see Fantasia. So
you went to the concert too?
Yes.
What do you say the conversation was about the Fantasia concert?
The tickets for the Fantasia concert, I paid for them. Why would I have her to pay for her birthday tickets? That doesn't
So
make
you're
sense.
saying you paid for those tickets, so you don't owe?
No, I do not.
Okay. Do you have proof that you bought them?
Your Honor, I have the receipt for the tickets, and from Groupon, it has a confirmation and thanks Bobby, and that's my name.
Do you think you forgot that she purchased the tickets if she has a receipt for them?
No, what it was is I gave her the money for them and she purchased them.
When do you say you spent $3,200 on a washer and dryer?
Okay, it wasn't just a washer and dryer.
There was no conversation, Your Honor. The
Well, you got a washer and dryer.
appeared in my
What
home.
happened? What do you say happened?
What happened is I went to work that weekend, the commute that I do, going back and forth to Alabama to go to work. And when I came home, there was a red washer and dryer in my home. And she had told me over the phone on the way back that she had purchased this. And when I came back, my whole apartment was furnished with furniture. And I'm like, wow. Now,
So your entire apartment was furnished, and
Yes,
there's a
ma'am.
$3,000
Yes, ma'am.
washer and dryer in
Yes.
the apartment because she just decided to furnish it on her own.
Coming up, was the money a loan or just a gift from a generous mother?
she felt like my kids didn't need to sleep on the air mattresses. We had just got there, you know, and I'm like, we're fine.
I said, and if you see something you want, you could put it on my JCPenney card, and then you have to make the payments on the card.
You guys never put anything in writing. There's never a discussion. There's never a paper trail.
And later, a private detective demands his client pay for his investigation services.
I should receive either weekly payments or whenever the defendant could pay.
She said that there was nothing being sent.
How much total did he pay you?
Plaintiff Bobby Floyd says her daughter has a history of taking money and then not paying it back. She's suing for money owed for multiple loans and purchases. The defendant, Ms. Womack, says she owes nothing because her mother offered to buy all the items in question.
So you never said, thank you so much, I'll pay you back for these items?
It was no, thank you so much, I'll pay you back, was thank you, I appreciate it, but I really didn't feel comfortable because that's not
Your
how I
Honor,
like to
she went
run
with me.
I don't do credit. I like to buy things as cash.
Okay.
So I won't have credit. But she felt like my kids didn't need to sleep on the air mattresses. We had just got there. So, you know, and I'm like, we're fine.
So what do you say happened?
There's a JCPenney outlet, and I did tell her I didn't really want the kids sleeping on the floor because the baby has asthma. So I said, well, there's a JCPenney outlet, furniture outlet. I said, let's go look in it. I said, and if you see something you want, you could put it on my JCPenney card, which her name is also on that card. You could put it on the card, and then you have to make the payments on the card.
Okay,
She said,
did she have that conversation with you?
No, ma'am, I don't remember that conversation at all.
Well, you don't remember it or it didn't happen?
It did not happen.
Here's the problem with this case. When you come into court and you sue, just like every other case, so this is your daughter.
Yes.
Obviously, so it's a special case
Yes.
for the two of you. But from the legal standpoint, the question that I have to ask and answer in this case is, have you proven by preponderance of the evidence that you made loans to your daughter and you weren't just trying to help her out and then change your mind after the fact and say, you know what, I want all this money and I want it now. And what's harder whenever there are families involved is you guys never put anything in writing. There's never a discussion. There's never a paper trail. But the question is, was there an agreement in place prior to you making all of these purchases and doing all these things that these things were loans? Here's the challenging part for me. People don't keep spending money if they're really loaning people money and not being repaid. That's where the case is challenging for me and challenging for you to prove.
Yep.
And again, this relationship is the elephant in the room. Because something happened, there's obviously a breakdown, and now you want to be paid for all these items. Some of them, I truly do not believe that this was an agreement in advance that these were all loans. And what undermines your case significantly is if someone owes you thousands of dollars, you don't keep spending thousands of dollars. Here's what I'm going to do. Just for the sake of your relationship, pay for the concert tickets. You went to the concert. You enjoyed the concert. She has a receipt that is in her name for the concert tickets. After that, everything else, I'm not convinced that these things were all loans in advance, because once you didn't get paid back for those two things, you should not have kept shelling out money for your daughter and then expect to come into court and prove to a court that all of these things were loans and that there was an agreement between the two of you that she would pay you back. Judgment in this case for the plaintiff for $106.
At the end of the day, she's still my daughter and I still love her. I just know how to feed her with a long handled spoon.
When you give somebody a gift, make sure that you say that it's a gift or if they have to pay shade up front.
Plaintiff Gary Tuttle says the defendant hired him to perform surveillance, but later refused to pay. He's suing for unpaid investigation services. Defendant John Carlisle says he doesn't owe any money because he already made a partial payment, and Gary hasn't delivered all the information.
Gary Tuttle,
Yes, Your Honor.
you were suing the defendant John Carlisle
Yes, ma'am.
for $1,260 for unpaid investigation services.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, why don't you tell me what you do for a living?
I own Assured Investigations out of Atlanta, Georgia, probably since 1992, and I'm the owner and operator and principal investigator.
And I understand that the defendant hired you at some point.
That is correct, Your Honor.
And tell me about the circumstances of that.
He contracted with my agency to perform several different investigative services, surveillance of an individual, also GPS tracking, also background checks of individuals, phone records, residence checks, so on and so forth.
And when was that?
Approximately June 9th, 2015.
Do you have a copy of a written agreement between the two of you?
I do, Your Honor. I have it here.
Was this your first time hiring a private investigator, sir?
It is, yes.
It was? Okay. And how long did the plaintiff do work for you? Over what span of time?
I would say from June until August.
And what was the agreement, Mr. Tuttle, in terms of how you would be paid as this investigation was ongoing?
At the beginning, it was a retainer, and then as it proceeded on, then I should receive either weekly payments or whenever the defendant could pay.
How much total did he pay you?
Approximately $2,000, thereabouts.
And you say there's an outstanding balance of $1,260.
Yes, Your
What
Honor.
is that for?
That's for the investigations of the GPS tracking, having to hire another private investigator to take the GPS off the vehicle in another state. Also, interest on the late fees.
Okay. Why did you hire a private investigator? Why was there a need for that?
I needed some, obviously, investigative stuff done for a colleague of mine, and I just needed more information.
Okay. At the end of your investigation,
Yes.
you said that there was an outstanding balance
Yes, Your Honor.
that the defendant did not pay. Can you tell me about that outstanding balance, sir?
Yes, Your Honor. Going back to the outstanding balance that you quoted earlier, it was for services rendered, and the GPS tracker that was on the vehicle stayed on that vehicle until September 9th.
Okay.
And I have documentation showing where the PI actually went out and took the GPS tracker off the vehicle on September 9th.
Okay.
He was finally successful after 4 attempts of not finding that.
Okay. But you have to get the tracker back once it's placed on there. You have to get the tracker back at some point, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Or-
and if not, then I charge him for the loss of the tracker.
Okay.
And that's within the written agreement.
Okay, so he did not pay for the PI, all of the attempts he made to get the tracker back? Is that what you're saying?
No, Your Honor. What I'm saying is the last month that the tracker was on the vehicle was not paid for.
Coming up on Judge Faith, more information is revealed about the missing payments.
Never was there anywhere within any text or email saying I did not receive what I paid for. He agreed to what he owed.
What do you have in writing between the two of you?
Plaintiff Gary Tuttle says he completed the job, but hasn't been paid. He's suing for unpaid investigation services. Defendant John Carlisle says he owes nothing because Gary hasn't given him all the surveillance information.
If the tracker was on this vehicle of the person you're investigating for that last month, why are you disputing payment about that?
That part I'm not disputing. There was services that Mr. Tuttle performed that was not sent to us.
What do you have in writing between the two of you? Do you have any emails or text conversations, sir?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
Okay, may I see those, please?
Yes, Your Honor. The very last page is the last page or the last 2 pages. Never was there anywhere within any text or email saying I did not receive what I paid for. In fact, he agreed to what he owed. He promised over 6 months to pay what he owed, but he did not.
Okay.
I pleaded with him.
Your Honor, with that being said,
Well, is that true? That you told him you owed?
I did at that time. When the emails and everything were going through, you'll see that the emails were sent to my wife. And whenever I asked her about the last few weeks that Mr. Tuttle was supposed to send, she said that there was nothing being sent.
Okay, so here's the discussion, September 2nd, about the GPS still on the car. Fast forward to October 25th, Mr. Tuttle sends an email to you and your wife, and the subject line of the email is outstanding payment. He said he's been trying to reach you. He sent a text. It's been a month since he heard from you. All he's asking for is the final payment. It's now $1,102 in cash or $1,157 by credit card. Let him know. Your wife responds and she writes back that you all plan on paying him, but that you're having financial difficulties. And this is November at this point, November 16th. So that's October and November. So more than 2 months have passed. And it's interesting because in your response to his emails to you asking for payment, you don't say, we haven't paid you because you haven't sent us all the materials related to this investigation. You don't say that at all.
Coming up, Judge Faith rules. And now, Judge Faith rules.
It's been more than 2 months. It's not that it's been 2 days. It's been over 2 months. So if that was the reason, you would state it here. But instead you say, we plan on paying you. We're behind on some bills. We're trying to catch up, but the plan is to pay you. And the reason why I look at these emails and this evidence is because when you're sued and you have to come to court, there's a lot of time to think about what your defense is going to be. I want to know what you were saying right then and there when he said, you owe me this money. And you know what you all said to him? You said, you're right. And we're working on paying you. It's good enough for you. It's good enough for me. Judgment in this case is for the plaintiff in the amount that he's requesting. He sent you a specific amount in the email, and that is the amount that you said that you told him you would pay. That's what I'm ordering you to pay today. Total judgment in this case is for the plaintiff, the amount of $1,260. Good luck to both of you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I felt cheated because the information that Mr. Tuttle gave to us wasn't 100% at the end. And the judge didn't really go into that. She just saw the emails from November and that was it.
I think the judge did her job. She looked at the facts surrounding the case and she ruled accordingly.
Today on Judge Faith, Facebook friends take their long-distance relationship to the next level, but an unfortunate run-in with the law puts their budding romance on block.
I see red, blue lights flashing outside my window, and he had gotten pulled over in front of my house.
She was the whole purpose why I was going down there. I don't know nobody else in that town. And if it wasn't for her, then I wouldn't be in my situation.
So it's all her fault, is what you're saying?
2 days later, I never heard from him again.
2 days after she bailed you out, the two of you never went out on another date?
Faith Jenkins. Her distinguished legal career began when she graduated first in her law school class. She quickly became a tough New York City prosecutor, and then a preeminent legal analyst on cable news. And now she's the judge in her own courtroom. Her cases are real, and her rulings are final. She is Judge Faith. Plaintiff Tamisha Martinez says she trusted her former lover to pay back the money he borrowed for bail, but instead he disappeared. She's suing for bail money and a loan. Defendant Justin Clark says he owes nothing because there was no agreement to pay back the money, and Demisha's harassment caused him to get fired from his job. He's countersuing for lost wages.
All rise. Court is in session. The Honorable Judge Faith Jenkins presiding. Please be seated. Your Honor, the litigants have been sworn in. This is the case of Martinez versus Clark.
Thank you, Juan. Demisha Martinez.
Yes, Your Honor.
You are suing the defendant, Justin Clark,
Yes, Your Honor.
for $1,250 you say he owes you for bail money you paid for him in a loan?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and you are countersuing, sir, for lost wages for $2,000.
Correct. Yes,
Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'll hear from you first, Ms. Martinez. How do you know the defendant?
He had been pursuing me on social media for a couple of years.
What do you mean by pursuing you?
He would write me in like 2013, but I had been in a relationship, so I would never respond.
So you never met in person?
No.
So you just saw her on what? Instagram? Facebook? Facebook,
Yeah,
and
that's what
thought
it was.
she's pretty, let me send
Yeah,
her a DM?
yes, and I, yes, ma'am, and so I approached her.
It all goes down in the DM, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So you wrote to her and for 2 years?
Not for 2 years. It was just like I got to a point where I stopped for a long time, and then really, to be honest, I forgot I had wrote her, and so I wrote her again. And when I wrote her again, she actually responded, and so it went from there.
And so eventually, what happens? You write back one day and say, okay, I'm single
Yeah.
and available now?
Basically, just started a conversation with him. He seemed like a good guy at the time.
How long had you been talking on Facebook?
A month.
A month. Okay, so he comes to meet, and what happens?
We just hit it off. We were good friends. Like,
Will the two of you start dating at some point?
yeah, like a few weeks later, we'd start to casually date where
Okay.
we'd go to church together and Easter and hang out with my family, his
Was
family.
he your boyfriend at some point?
Yes.
Okay, so I wanted that background because an incident happened, which is the premise of this lawsuit, and I want you to tell me about that.
It was April 15th, it was a Friday, and he was supposed to come down and hang out with me. So around 12 o'clock at night comes, and he still hasn't made it to me yet. So I'm like, I'm going to sleep, I'll just see you another time. And he tells me he's 10 minutes away. So about 20 minutes later, I see red, blue lights flashing outside my window, and he had gotten pulled over in front of my house. Me, my mom, my cousin, and my little sister, we go outside to see what happened, and he's just standing next to his car, and the cop still hasn't even got out of his car yet. So we don't know what's going on.
You go outside?
Yes, we go outside. So we're just waiting for them to tell us like what's going on. He's like, oh, they said I was speeding. I was like, well, were you? He's like, no, I wasn't speeding. Of course, everybody says that, but I believe the cops. So I'm like, you had to have done something wrong. Otherwise, he wouldn't just stop you out the blue.
Well, actually,
sometimes it happens,
well,
but
actually,
go ahead.
I did not receive a ticket for speeding. So I was not speeding. I received a ticket for toting a container in my back passenger seat at the time.
Container of alcohol?
Yes. No, just a regular beverage from beer from the store. That and
beer, alcohol, open container
yes, Your
in the
Honor,
car.
Correct. And he pulled me over, and when he pulled me over, he searched my car, and he found that open container on the floor. And when he did that, he was like, sit right here.
Was there any alcohol in the beer can?
Yes, it was in the can on the floor in the back seat.
Okay. So it was open?
Yes,
it was already open?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Yes, it was already open. After that, then that's when he was like standing right here. So I guess he called back up, and he put me in handcuffs and stuff like that. And so once he put the handcuffs on.
So he was arresting you for?
Yeah, he arrested me. Yeah, he arrested me. He did arrest me. And so.
And charged you with what? Having open container?
He charged me for driving under suspension, open container, And so when he did that, I was like, I had a couple of drinks before I was coming down there, and she asked.
Were you under the influence at the time?
Yes, I had a beer before I came down there, and so I was on my way down there. She was like literally telling me like she had an attitude because I wasn't there, as she was saying that later on in the day I was telling her I was hanging out with my friends and stuff like that. Well, she was the whole purpose why I was going down there. I don't know nobody else in that town. You know, I don't go down there.
So what's your point? This is all her fault?
No,
you were there?
I'm just saying if it wasn't for her, then I wouldn't be in my situation.
So it's all her fault, is what you're saying?
It's both of our faults.
You were driving to see your girlfriend who lives 30 minutes away.
Correct.
That night, before you were arrested, what did she do wrong? Nothing.
Yeah, she
That's
did.
just
She
where she lives.
could have waited. She could have waited till the next day. But really,
I told him I was going to sleep, Your Honor.
And if you wanted to make the choice not to go that night, how old are you? 23?
Yes,
And you're
correct.
21?
Yes.
All right, so there you are. You're outside of her house.
Correct.
Handcuffed,
You're right.
getting placed in the back of a police car.
Correct.
And what do? You yell out to her and say, "Get me out of jail.
No.
Bail me out. Help."
Coming up, Justin calls out to Misha over her demands for the money.
All you have is $1,000.
He knew I had that on me, like in cash, in my wallet.
The harassment comes on to where she's calling my phone like constantly. She harassed me until where I lost my job.
You didn't lose your job because she was calling your cell phone.
Plaintiff Demisha Martinez says the night Justin was arrested, he promised to pay her back. She's suing for bail money and a loan. Defendant Justin Clark says he owes nothing because there was no agreement to pay Demisha back. He's countersuing for lost wages.
This is what happened. They put me behind handcuffs. They put me in the jail. She says, "Babe, I have $1,000 put up. I'll put up for you."
That's exactly how that conversation happened. You are in handcuffs with the police, and she looks at you and said, "Babe, I have $1,000."
Right.
There's no discussion whatsoever.
There was no discussion.
Money hasn't come up. You haven't even been taken to jail yet, and she just said, "I have $1,000."
Right. That was an offer. Now that's exactly what happened.
What do you say happened?
Okay, so we see him getting put in handcuffs. That's when we all go outside.
Did you yell out, "I have $1,000"?
No, ma'am.
She said, "I have $1,000
I said,
put up."
"Justin, all I have is $1,000. He said, "I know that's all you got." Because I already knew he was about to go to jail. I said, "That's all I have, and I'm saving that to get a car." So he proceeds to go like, "Will you call my brother and my sister for me?" So I go inside, I get my phone, I put them on speakerphone to call, and he starts giving me the sob story like, "Nobody ever comes through for me. This happens every time." I'm like, "Well, why does it happen every time?"
No, yes, but I didn't come at her like that.
So what have you arrested for? What? Something similar?
Just speeding tickets.
Speeding tickets.
Yeah.
But no criminal case.
No.
So here we are. You do mention to him at the scene that you have $1,000. That's all you have. So you're telling him that's all I have to my name is $1,000,
yes.
right? And the two of you have been dating for what, 2 months at this time?
Yes, ma'am.
And you are living with your mom.
Yes.
Saving up money for a car.
Yeah. Well, I already have a car because at the beginning I was driving to get him.
You have a child. How old is your child?
My son is 1.
You have a 1-year-old. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So all you have is $1,000.
Yes.
To your name.
He knew I had that on me, like in cash, in my wallet, right then and there.
Okay. How much was your bail?
My bail was
$1,269.
And you paid the entire bail?
No, his brother paid $269.
And you paid $1,000?
Yes, ma'am.
And you went down there that night?
Yes.
What time?
It was 6 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, so they kept you in overnight, 6 o'clock in the morning. You go down, the brother goes down, you bail him out with this $1,269.
Yes, ma'am.
You're saying she offered this.
Correct.
And you never said, before she bailed you out, you never said you'd pay her back. But
No.
it was after when that conversation came
He
up.
was saying it in front of the police and everything that he was going to make sure he paid me all my money.
Hold on a second. What did he say?
He promised me he was going to pay me all my money back because he would get paid that Friday coming up.
She's telling the truth. I did tell her that. And I got paid every 2 weeks. And I told her I will pay you in portions. Well, the harassment comes on to where she's calling my phone like constantly. She would call me while I'm at work. She would call my brother. She would text my brother. She would call my sister. She harassed me until where I lost my job. At the plant that I work at.
How'd you lose your job?
Because she kept calling and my phone kept, going off
Calling
and stuff
your
like
cell
that.
phone?
Correct.
And you can't turn it off?
I
You can't put it on silent?
But it was to the point to where I lost my job because she kept calling my phone.
No, you didn't lose your job because she was calling your cell phone. You didn't lose your job because she was calling your cell phone?
That is the reason why I lost my job, because my boss caught me answering my phone, and he was like, this is a no phone policy job.
Okay.
He was like, what are you doing on your phone?
And you don't have to be on Facebook. You don't have to answer her calls while you're at work. What was the conversation you had with him about paying this money back after he was out? Were you doing that? Were you calling him?
Well, I have a written a typed statement from my cousin who was there at the time, and where he actually looked her in her face. I don't know why he did that to set himself up. He was like, I promise you, I want you to be right here to hear this when I say I'm going to pay Demisha all her money back this Friday.
Has he paid you anything?
Nothing.
He's paid you nothing?
2 days later, I never heard from him again.
Ever again. So 2 days, this is your boyfriend.
Yes.
This is a fib.
And 2 days after she bailed you out, the two of you never went out on another date?
No, he blocked me from all social media, blocked my phone calls.
No, I did not.
He blocked you from everything?
Yes, ma'am.
So you felt like your only recourse at this point was to file a lawsuit?
So yes.
Let me see the text messages. And Ms. Martinez, you're pregnant now?
Yes, ma'am.
How many months?
I'm 6 months, ma'am.
And the defendant is not the father?
No, which is part of the reason why I helped him, because we found out together that I was pregnant, and it wasn't by him. And he told me he would stay there with me. I tried to break it off with him a lot of times, where I was like, just leave me. Like, I got a kid, I'm pregnant now. Why do you want to be with somebody like me? He's like, no, because you're a good person. I want to be there for you. I want to be there whenever you have the baby, like all this stuff. So in my mind, I'm thinking, I can help this person out and they're going to pay me back. Like, I never in a million years would have thought that I would have helped him get out of jail and never heard from him again. Like,
Where's the father of your unborn child?
Oh, he's in Georgia.
Okay. So you're not in a relationship with him right now?
Well, actually, we are starting to get back into one.
Coming up on Judge Faith, a life lesson is offered in court.
He was an abusive person. So I left him and I never went back to him again.
So why are you going back now?
Plaintiff Demisha Martinez says Justin avoided her in order to not pay back the money. She's suing for bail money and a loan. Defendant Justin Clark says he owes nothing because Demisha's demands for the money caused him to get fired from his job. He's countersuing for lost wages.
Now, Ms. Martinez, I'm gonna say something. You're in a challenging situation. You're 21 years old. You don't have a lot of money, right? And you already have a 1-year-old. And now you're about to have another child.
Yes, ma'am.
The struggle is real.
Very real.
Okay? What you can't do is now decide in your own mind that you are somehow not as good of a person. And, I hate to hear you say things like, why would you want to be with someone like me? Yeah, there's a lot of responsibility with having 2 kids at such a young age, at 21 years old.
When we started the relationship, she told me her baby daddy was deceased. I found out by my friend that her baby father was actually still alive. She told me she knew that she was already pregnant, and then tells me later on, I found out I'm pregnant. So let's get it straight. And she has been in an abusive relationship with her baby father.
So you're saying that she knew and did not tell you?
Correct.
And she's saying that you found out together?
Yes, which
Me,
no.
him, my
she
mom,
was already,
the army,
she was already
all of us together.
Did you tell him that the baby's father was dead?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Why?
Thank you.
Because I had, like he said, he was an abusive person. So I left him and I never went back to him again.
So why are you going back now?
Now unlike some people change. They do.
Okay, some people do change. A lot of people don't. Most don't, in fact. And if you were in an abusive relationship, unless that person has actually gotten help, that's not a relationship you want to go back to. Don't fool yourself. I'm not a therapist here, but I'm just trying to tell you because I was a prosecutor and I handled domestic violence cases from what I've seen in my own professional experience. Because you're 21, because you have 2 kids, somehow thinking that you have to accept less than the best in terms of how you're treated in relationships. You don't have to do that. Even if it's you and your kids going through this life by yourself, guess what? You gotta do it. You have a daughter? You have a daughter?
That's what I'm about to have. a
Okay,
daughter.
so here we are. You are now mother to a daughter. What do you want to represent to your child, your daughter, about the type of man that you want her to grow up and be with? You got to put your big girl pants on now because you are now a parent. You're about to be a parent to 2 children. You don't have to have a man in your life. Any man, someone who's not going to treat you right, just to have a man, just to have someone there. If you got to do it by yourself, you know how many women have to do it by themselves? You know, everybody makes mistakes with their lives, but that doesn't mean you have to pay with the rest of your life.
Coming up, Judge Faith rules. And now, Judge Faith rules.
Okay, so let me ask you, Ms. Martinez, do you have proof that you paid $250 of, is it car insurance? Is car insurance for the defendant? Do you have proof of that?
All we have is just text
No,
messages
Your
that
Honor,
say
it
that
did
he was
not
going to pay me
happen.
back.
No.
What text message do you say he sent you that he would pay you for car insurance?
Let me see.
Now, Mr. Clark?
Yes, ma'am.
Am I going to see a text message?
No,
where
you're
the
not.
two of you discuss. Find it, Ms. Martinez.
No, you're
Am I
not.
going to see a text message where the two of you discuss car insurance? You never discussed car insurance
No,
with her.
Your
No
Honor.
money related to car insurance
No,
whatsoever.
Your Honor,
She's
I have
completely
not.
making that up.
If she find it, then that'll tell you everything. But no.
Well, what do you mean if she finds it? Is it there or not?
Because she's not going to find it. She's
No,
not gonna
I
find
deleted
it.
all the messages.
I
It
told
was
you,
only
she's
from
not gonna
April
find
14th.
it. She's not going to find
You're
it.
a bum anyway, so it's okay.
You guys are young. You have a lot of growing up to do, both of you. And it needs to start today
Yes, ma'am.
because you have responsibilities. You got to make better choices. You need to stop getting arrested.
Yeah, that was that's not.
I'm not laughing. This is not a laughing matter,
It's
Mr.
not,
Clark.
but it's not like I get arrested, ma'am. I just graduated college last year.
Okay.
I've been through high school. I've been through college, and I do professional massage therapy. I was working in the chiropractic's office. Her, on the other hand, she's a leech.
Stop.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
That's what that is.
No,
Let's be
we're not going to
honest.
do it. I'm
Let's
not going to
be
let the
honest.
two of you. You know
be
what? We're
honest.
done. We're done. Here's what we're going to do. I tried to give you an opportunity
Correct.
to be an adult for a second.
Yes, ma'am.
And have a reasonable dialogue
Yes,
about
ma'am.
what's going to happen next for both of you.
Correct.
But we can't even do that because both of you are interested in disparaging the other in front of me today, and it's unfortunate. Here's what we're going to do. You have essentially admitted that you were going to pay the plaintiff back for bail. Your counterclaim for lost wages is dismissed. Judgment in this case for the plaintiff, $1,000. Good luck to both of you.
Thank you. I think that the judge made the right decision today. By all means, I had the proof. He should have just paid me back. We wouldn't be here in the first place.
What I want to say to the plaintiff is, stop being a couch potato. Go get you a job. You ain't no grinder. Go get you some money.